When it comes to laning, there is absolutely no one even close to Chovy. This guy is by far the best laner. In today's video, I'm going to break down how you guys can try and lane like Chovy. And I'm just going to first start off with some of his stats from this split in the LCK. On average at 15 minutes, he's ahead on CS 82% of the time with an average of 14.2 CS at 15 minutes. Compare this to mid laners like Showmaker, 60% of the time he's ahead with a 6.5 lead. Caps is 44% with only a 4.2 lead. I mean, at the end of the day, if you compare him to every single mid laner in the world, he is the number one when it comes to CS per minute. He averages 10 per game, literally every game CSing perfectly. So today, we're going to break down one of his games from solo queue, guys, where he goes over 10 CS per minute. I'm going to talk to you guys how you guys can get this, how you guys can utilize this for your own games and pop off in the mid lane. When it comes to League of Legends, we don't really think of the game as like a solvable game, like a Rubik's Cube. Obviously, with the patches, everything changes. But the mid lane essentially, and like the fundamentals of mid lane stay the same. The matchups might change, but the fundamentals stay the same. And I believe that Chovy has actually, he's solved the mid lane. He knows exactly what to do to get the advantages, whether it be one CS advantage or a solo kill. It doesn't really matter to Chovy. Anything, he'll take it. The enemy mid laner is not allowed to breathe. You're not getting free CS, you're not getting free XP. Every single thing is contested, you see. The Victor matchup, guys, into the Sylas, you got a range advantage, level 1. And Chovy, like, I've watched hundreds of Chovy lanes, right? And he actually goes by, most of the time, he has the same kind of set plan and set strategy. The number one is he slow shoves the first wave to make sure that once the second wave arrives, he kills the first minion before the enemy, he gets level 2, he has the level advantage, looks for the out trade, okay? One level is huge in the early game, okay? The base stats increased, obviously another ability. So he will slow shove this wave in and he'll crash this wave. The second wave is going to crash. Then he's going to try and abuse the enemy mid laner under tower. And then the enemy tower will kill all his minions and push the wave back into him where he can either get a freeze or keep it in the middle of the lane and just hard trade and get advantages. So you see him, he hard shoves those first two, right? More of a slow shove because he wants to keep it a little bit stretched to get the trades. But now as the Sylas is going to try and CS on the tower, this third wave starts crashing and the tower, the enemy tower, is working in Chovy's favor. It's killing all of the minions, so it's going to send the wave back into him, okay? Then Chovy can decide whether he wants to freeze it. He can decide whether he wants to keep on hard shoving for mid lane prio for the jungler. He is in complete control, and you can see here, every single minion this Sylas goes for, Chovy is looking to breathe right down his neck and get a positive trade. Beautiful animation cancel on that Q. And at the end of the day, guys, like in lower elo, sure, there's a lot of solo kills available, but in high elos, there's not like that many solos. It's more about like getting one health pot lead, small things like that. It's the butterfly effect. It will slowly add up where you can get a better base. Chovy almost never takes a bad base. He always sets the enemy behind. They'll take a horrendous base. He'll get a teleport advantage or a huge item advantage when he wants it. So the Sylas TP's back in. Chovy still has a health pot and a biscuit. And we've already started an XP lead in the mid lane. One thing you will notice about Chovy is that he probably has the best like bases in the mid lane out of anybody, okay? Bases are hugely underrated. They're very important in the mid lane. And Chovy will utilize the base. He'll try and make the enemy take a bad base, and he'll take the most perfect base of all, where he'll hard shove the wave in, enemy mid lane will miss all the CS and XP, and he'll come back in with a way better buy, obviously because he doesn't miss CS. This guy just builds up huge CS leads. It's 30 to 17 already. And Chovy stays out on the map longer than anyone. He will not head back until he almost has full items. But in the early game, I assume it's probably going to be Lost Chapter and Lucidity Boots that we're looking for. As the Tristana picks up a triple kill. This is not what you want to see. Also, guys, popping those biscuits, the lower health or mana you are, the better. It's based off missing health and mana. Make sure you're not popping them on full health, otherwise it's going to be a little bit awkward. As I'm wondering when he's going to look for the base. Is it going to be a level 6? Sometimes the Victors like to ult the wave to get it in because you don't have that E upgrade yet. There's enemy Sylas looking to be off the map. I don't know where he is. He's looking for a roam maybe. And you can see the wave is in a perfect spot. It's going to slow shove back into Chovy here. As wait, that was a Sylas Q. This guy is scared. Look at that. Every time the Sylas steps up. Now the poor guy has to farm with his Qs. Chovy's doing nothing to try and break this freeze. Like, it's just gonna... the wave state is gonna stay the same right here. Chovy controls every single bit of it. And the Sylas is gonna have to try and move in and break this. But unfortunately, it's not gonna happen unless you want to auto-attack the wave. And if you do, Chovy's level 6 now. He's gonna pop the ultimate, chunk you out. And even if both mid lane is base, Chovy has the TP advantage, remember? So it's always gonna be an advantage to Chovy here as the... Sylas steals the Victor roll and puts it on the wave, hopefully, to try and get this hard shove. So now the Sylas wants to grab a base. Let's see if Chovy answers back. Moves in. Almost, he has enough for ult here. Is he going to pop it? Moves in. Pops the ultimate. It's not going to be enough to get the kill, and he'll use it to shove the wave out. As he's going to set up a base here. Both mid laners should be basing. He's actually fake base. So the Sylas assumes, this is a very important trick to have. The Sylas assumes that Chovy is going to hard base. They're both going to take an even base, right? Chovy won't take that base. Why would he? He can stay for this one more wave and he'll hard shove it. And now Sylas loses all of this under tower. So whenever you think, okay, both mid laners, we're low, let's take a base here. Just sit in lane a little bit longer out of vision. Enemy mid laner thinks, oh, he's basing, I'll base as well. No, I'm just sitting out of vision. Now he's going to teleport up into the top lane. Or 4 creeps. Interesting. And the buy is actually Lucidity Boots and Oblivion Orb. Oblivion Orb, guys, you're getting the Grievous Wounds. It's the reduced healing onto the Sylas. Very interesting first buy. Chovy loves Lucidity Boots. Most of the time he does rush this item. And the swap into the top lane, it's a good one. It's essentially, the mid lane is in the... Like, the mid lane is frozen, right? It's perfect. It doesn't really matter. Like, it's not frozen, but it's stagnating in the mid lane. If he teleports up to the top lane, he'll grab some CS and he'll eventually swap back. When he swaps back into the mid lane, Sylas will hard shove it and he should be able to pick up this whole wave. It should be fine. Don't be afraid to lane swap a little bit. If it means that you're going to be getting extra XP for the team overall, like a net positive, definitely try it. As blue buff has been started, it should go to Victor, right? Chovy moves over, and the Kindred takes it. The timing was a little bit awkward. Chovy didn't want to hover around. Like, there was a huge wave under tower. A lot of junglers like to do this. They do blue buff, right? And like, you got a huge wave crashing, and their blue buff's like 1 health, and they're like, come, blue buff. And you're like, dude, I literally have a kill's worth of gold under my tower right now. Please, man, just hold for a second. If that's the case, just let the jungler take blue and get the CS and the XP, okay? Because once again, you're looking for a net positive for the team overall, not one individual. So that's going to give the team the most gold, the most experience, which is the most important. As we crash the wave in, Sylas looks for a bit of a coin flip roam to the top side. One thing you'll notice about Chovy is, you know, oh, as he pops the ultimate. God damn, chunking the enemy Sylas out. This blue buff would have been goddamn nice right now. So Sylas picked up a double kill, right? Sylas picked up a double kill off one of the rooms, but Chovy is 100 CS at 9 minutes, and he's up on gold. As this Sylas just disrespects him, and we pick up a solo kill eventually. Finally, we've picked that up. We've just been slowly like taking away his health, but never fully committing. But we finally get the kill, and we should hard reset off of this into hopefully some lost chapter, some mana. 106 CS at 9 minutes. I actually didn't even know this amount of CS was possible. I think it was because of that top lane TP, right? Other than that, he's maybe missed like 4 or 5 creeps. And we get the lost chapter. So guys, one thing that Chovy doesn't do is he doesn't take coin flip roams or fights, okay? You know, a lot of the time where it's like, okay, the enemy mid laner is just flipping roams and they're just missing all the mid lane waves. And as a mid laner, it's like, okay, do I try and follow this guy? He's crazy. Chovy says no. I will sit in mid lane and I'll push it under tower. I'll get the plates and I'll farm up. It's guaranteed. He's not going to take some coin flip roam where he's just sacking a bunch of creeps and XP under tower. He's not going to do that. He sits in the mid lane. He plays the game how it should be. He doesn't flip. And sometimes, like against a Talon or something, or a Katarina, like sure, maybe he's going to lose. But at the end of the day, he pings very well for his team. He'll communicate. And it's his team. Sometimes it's just not... The enemy mid lane is going to hard roam and it's going to work and you'll lose the game, sure. But at least you're not dicking around in the river, not getting any XP, and you're late to the roam anyway. As we have a 2-level advantage, and I feel sorry for this Sylas. There's no coming back from this. It should just be an onslaught of hard shoving now. You've got the upgrade on your E as Victor, so you can one-shot the waves. Enemy has the slight gold lead, but... As this Sylas is just... I mean, this guy's just desperate. Oh yeah. This guy's actually like top 10 in Korea. But you can see him just getting desperate. They put the solo gold over onto Chovy, and this is going to get pretty ugly pretty fast. 132 CS at 11. It's just... You can understand why people call it like the mid lane, like the Church of Chovy or whatever, like how he lanes. It's just the perfect lane. Now in solo queue, this style doesn't, like, this style is good, but like, it honestly doesn't work as well as those coin flippy roamy styles actually usually work better, let's be honest. As he picks up his Ludens, his Mythic at 12 minutes, and he'll TP down in the bot lane, he sees an opportunity, and you'll notice these TPs have been for CS. He sees the wave stagnating, and he wants to hard shove it, and if no one gets down to the bot lane, they're going to miss this entire wave of CS and XP. No flash, by the way. He's a little bit scared the enemy will TP behind him, maybe? As unfortunately, I believe Chovy was knocked out by the way of the LCK last night. They versed Damwon. And, look, you've got Damwon, and then you've just got Chovy. Chovy always does well, but Showmaker kind of cancels him out. Like, Showmaker can go slightly even, like maybe slightly behind. But then at every other role, Damwon just beat him out, and then he just can't really do much. It's kind of sad to see Chovy trying to carry his team over the finish line. Hopefully one day this guy will just get the perfect team. As we're dropping into the side lane here. Just wondering why, like, what is like the jungle? Why does Canyon not just bloody run at this guy? So we grab the dragon, and we're gonna grab the bot lane tower. And you'll notice this a lot when you watch Chovy VODs, is that he will drop into these side lanes, and he'll be off by himself for what seems like hours, just farming up, getting resources. But by God, by the time he groups, it's just, like, he has such a lead that when he groups and he team fights, it's over. Like, he's just too strong to manage. As he finishes the Morellos, interesting. I know LS might be a little bit triggered over that. The Morello finish, look, it's not as bad as people think, I don't think. Like, it's a very cheap, it's a very cheap legendary item, and you get that, obviously, that mythic passive of some extra magic pen from the Ludens. It's okay. I'm dropping to the top side. We don't have teleport, by the way, so it's absolutely impossible that we regroup. As Sylas is 4-2. And your team can get very triggered when you have this type of playstyle. They're saying, why aren't you grouping with us? Why aren't you fighting with us? Why are you doing your own thing? And what Chovy wants is perfection. He wants his team to not fight. He wants his team to wait for the waves and play the map. Just wait for him to gather enough resources where he'll take over the game. It's solo queue. At the end of the day, no one is gonna Everyone wants to play for themselves. Everyone wants to say, hey, come here, do this, do that. And if something goes wrong, they want someone to blame. And they usually blame the side laning Viktor. That's never grouping, as it looks like we're caught out. Looking to try and do a 1v3 play, and oh my god, he has flash, by the way. And he's going to get Urgot ulted. He actually almost outplayed that. Gold goes over onto the Urgot, and that's a slight overextension by Chovy. That's a shame. We're getting really good with those CS scores. You can see, though, if that was only 2, I think he outplays. He holds his flash as well, by the way. And it's looking like the next item is a Lich Bane, yeah? This Udyr is a little bit overextended. Chovy, he has teleport, and he opts to use it. He's going to rejoin the fight. Observer, can we see? Comes in now, looking to try and grab the Sylas up out of the Kindred ult. Boom, grabs the kill for himself. His 3rd of the game. And now we'll drop down into the bot lane to grab some more farm. Perfect. Actually, a 2k gold lead for his team. And I don't think, guys, in solo queue, 10 CS per minute should be your goal. As he misses a cannon. I honestly think like 7-8 CS per minute is great. If you're getting that on average in solo queue, you're doing perfect. Because solo queue is not competitive. Like, this is a challenger game. You see big names like Naguri, you got Hoya, Canyon. Like, there's very high-rated players here, and they play pro play, and they know how to allocate resources correctly. But in your solo queue games, in like, you know, below diamond or whatnot, it can get very fiesta-y, where you do need to group for those dragons. You can have this playstyle, sure, but just know that he's playing at the top level, so the team can kind of play around him. As I'm hoping he grabs this mid lane wave and then drops into the bot lane and grabs that wave as well. God damn it. Maybe not. He doesn't have teleport, so being bot lane's a little bit scary. He definitely wins the 1v1, but the problem is not that. It's that Sylas has the TP advantage, and he won't be able to rejoin on these fights. As you can see, he's a little bit confused what to do. Decides, yep. Look for the blue buff. Bot lane wave is actually going to be frozen for him. So when he wants to take the time to go down and grab that, it'd be perfect. But Tristana is overextending in the mid lane. Looking for the tower. Let's see. What was the gold lead for him there? Oh no. Tristana completely overextended. We're zooming in here. Using that E to try and get some vision. Tristana coming back in, looking to pop him. Chovy grabs the kill. He'll move down into the bot lane and grab that farm. 215 CS at 18. Don't forget to grab your jungler's camps, guys. And this is just how Chovy plays, guys. He plays very resource heavy for himself. Seems lonely. Farming up a storm. As we need to get a screenshot of what the CS is at 20 minutes. Let's see if he gets over 240. I did a video a while back where he got 240 at 20, I think, with Lucian. Makes a base here. Super unfortunate for my screenshot. As I was saying, guys, like in the start of the video, he takes huge bases. Like his bases, he's going back for a huge item. Gets the full Lich Bane upgrade. He gets a stopwatch as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if the end of the build it's like a death cap. And maybe sell stopwatch for a void staff or something. It's gonna be pretty disgusting. As he has teleport coming up in 1 second. Just comes up. Let's look how he fights this. This is just the perfect fight for Viktor in this little tiny choke point. They grab the Urgot. Chovy just playing cleanup crew on the wards, and his team takes the huge gold lead now. Chovy trying to get the wave in. Damn, Aatrox, let's go. Tristana's still out on the map. Baron is up. The Baron is probably doable as well. They got double Kraken. What the game plan is here, by the way. Are we looking for a pick? We have no ult. Does it even matter? 11.7k gold to 7.6 on the Sylas. That is just ridiculous. Ultimate just came up. Looking to try and... Let's see if he can get the one shot. Moving in. Grabs the solo kill and he's going to phase rush out. Ultimate doesn't land on the Urgot. Jesus Christ, he does a lot of damage. No healing for the Sylas because of the grievous wounds. And they should be able to set up for Baron off of these plays. Chovy doesn't want to take the base, of course. Goes over, gets the juicy fruits. Watching Chovy VODs actually helped my play a lot, guys. Like, I used to take the weirdest bases. Like, I would base after this play, or I'd be half health with like 600 gold, and I'd take a base to go and heal to full. Like, and I was just wasting so much time for just insignificant buys and bases. Like, I was just off the map for too long. All about staying on the map for as long as possible until the perfect buy comes around. This wasn't efficient with my shops. As we get a needlessly large, and it's looking like a death cap angle. As we grab the Baron, we got all summoners. Grab Gromp on the way, yep. Gonna grab Wolves as well, yep. Grab our level 16. 4 level advantage over the Sylas. And whilst a lot of the times, like, he'll have this type of advantage, but he'll still lose the game. Sometimes it's just not winnable, but he'll make sure that he individually is in a position where he can carry. He has the choice, and if he plays it perfectly, there's a big chance he can actually outplay as he teleports into the bot lane now. Oh, this Sylas is kind of griefing. Should get the one shot onto the Sylas. Urgot coming in now. This Lich Bane, by the way, every single time you see Chovy use that Q. As we grab the double kill for ourselves. Gonna get the minions in. My mans does not waste time, does he? Ain't no chasing around. It's time to grab some more farm. Just very efficient with his time, right? For the guaranteed result, not the coin flip. We're gonna hit 300 CS by 25. I don't know, man. Like, when I play control mages, I put on some classical music, you know, some Beethoven or something, and you'll see us sing like this, man. It just, I don't know how to explain the experience. It just feels, I don't know, man. Feels like you're wearing a tuxedo, listening to music with a top hat on or something. It just feels good, man. You feel, I don't know the wording that I can use. As we're gonna try and look for the 1v1. Sylas pretty fast, using the Q for this movement speed. He should finish it off. Ooh, flash from the Sylas. My man's got no health bar left. Ooh, one more. Come on. Let's hit 300 before 25. Go. Get the Gromp. The skull. 300 CS at 24 minutes. Let's go. That is disgusting. In a solo queue game, it's even more disgusting. Like, this should not be possible. We have 150 CS lead. We've got our death cap. We've got our items. Just notice 25 minutes. This man is essentially full build. Like, that stopwatch, of course, like, he'll probably use the active, then maybe sell off or void something, but, like, it's 25 minutes, man. Most average game times are 25 minutes. Like, if you are hitting these CS scores and these numbers, you're coming into these items every game. And if you have these items on a mage like this, if you play it right, you can carry. You can 1v5, literally. It's your responsibility. As he greets for the CS and his whole team dies. This will happen in your games 100%. And this is where your whole team starts flaming you, and you need to step up here. You need to say, hey guys, this is why I've been farming, hogging all the resources all game. And you come in and wipe them out. His enemy team is actually hovering like they want to end the game. One man pops the ultimate to try and clear the wave, and he does so very safely, hanging back. If he dies there, possibly lose game. Two trains of thought. It's your team saying, why is Victor not grouped on us? But also, why is the team fighting with that Victor? You can say it from both angles. Jesus Christ, this damage is not balanced, man. I'm a little bit scared on the positioning here. They are probably looking for some type of cheese somewhere in a brush. Udyr will just absolutely speed demon his way in. Using this E to try and check brushes. Gives vision. Ooh. Moving in. Oh my god. He's coming off 3 on this angle. Pops the ultimate. Gonna move in now. And just rinses them. Like, he's so strong. He's level 18. He's maxed out. He has a 7k gold lead or something like that. And that is a 3-kill advantage. And they're going to move in. 27 minutes with a Lich Bane. You should just be almost one-shotting these objectives. I don't see how the enemy can contest. Chovy has flash now. Any more kills? I think that's going to be it. Perfect. Hopefully you have learned something from this gameplay, guys. Hopefully I'm going to increase some people's CS per minute scores. That's it for today's VOD. Hope you've enjoyed it. And until next time, I catch you later. Peace.